How are we gonna make this work? We're so young and naive.
Oh my god, don't make me laugh.
What up, Casanova? If you haven't already heard, my new course, Honest Chemistry, just launched a couple of days ago and will be open for enrollment for 7 days until Tuesday at midnight. We're also currently offering 50% off as part of an early bird launch special, so grab it quickly. It's a fucking game changer. And in light of the launch, today's video will be an excerpt from one of the course modules to give you a taste of this 20-hour-long, value-packed monster I've created. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the video and check it out. What up, Fapanova? Today, prepare to be Fapanova no more. Because today, we're gonna tackle the subject of pulling, of taking girls home. Are you ready? I'm going to share some insights with you, young man. This is a very interesting and complex topic, and it has many layers and many nuances, but I'll try to give you some frameworks and guidelines that you can just roll with. So in part one of this guide, we're going to be talking about 1, seeding the pull, 2, screening for her logistics, and 3, committing to the interaction in the latter stages of the night. The end of a night in a high-octane environment where everyone's status pumped can be very adrenaline-inducing. It can be very exciting. And learning how to navigate that jungle, how to survive in that jungle, how to make things happen in spite of all the chaos and turmoil and all the variables at play hardens you. You know, it really does. It teaches you to be a closer, to be creative, to execute quickly, to think on your feet, to be in the driver's seat of your own video game, if you will. And I mean, that's a metaphor that can be said for this entire journey of becoming good with women. Okay, so let's talk about some things that you can keep in mind that you can implement when you're out there to help you better execute this. And you know, that almost sounds business-like. I don't want to give people the idea that we're trying to take the fun and the spontaneity out of this. To become these, cold, calculated machines.
Over the past few weeks, I've been working on a big project, and today I want to present them to you. Meet Bijan 1.0, the first cyborg pickup artist.
Hello, I'm Bijan. I can see the social matrix. Error 404. Ass not found.
You know, there are a lot of misconceptions that people have about pickup and, learning to get good at this. A lot of bad stigmas around this. I want to make this clear, we're not here to apply some kind of predatory tactics to take advantage of the drunk girl at the end of the night. At the end of the day, we're just trying to extend the fun and the party past the initial venue, which is what everybody wants. I'm sure you've seen this before, but at the end of a night out at the bar or a club, people are like, where's the after party? Sometimes they just get together with like strangers and go and, party somewhere else.
Wait, first of all, you don't have to walk in such a stressful pace.
I'm sorry.
You have to walk at a relaxed pace. Relax.
Right outside.
We're just enjoying our adventure in Los Angeles, downtown. Right?
Okay.
Look at the sights, the tacos, the homeless people,
The homeless people.
It's all part of the adventure.
I hate homeless people.
Why do you hate homeless people? That's so unreasonable.
No, I don't hate them. I hate...
You just wish they worked. So
yes,
do I.
Yeah.
So we can start walking towards the car and then maybe see if there's another venue or grab the car and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
You're not going to steal anything, are you? You're not a killer, are you?
What do you mean?
You're not a total weirdo, right?
Oh, I am.
People want the extension of the fun because they're in this high state, right? Their state is pumped and they want to go and continue that good feeling with people that they feel comfortable with and trust. And, as a bonus, of course, there's also the potential of hooking up with someone, you know, your hormones are pumping, your level of stimulus and arousal is high. So yeah, who doesn't want the possibility of potentially hooking up? So all we're doing here is trying to gain a greater sense of control, clarity, and conviction about how to make these things happen more seamlessly, you know, without making anyone feel uncomfortable, without potentially feeling like you've lost the possibility to hook up or connect or have this fun adventure with a girl. A lot of these pulls are really these like giant adventures. You know, when I look back at some of the experiences I've had, it's quite magical. I mean, a lot of them were just ridiculous and dramatic and insane, and some, you know, were, you know, too much, something I wouldn't necessarily do right now. You know, it may not be worth it, but at the time, it was exciting and fresh. Are you coming to Ultra?
I'm coming out.
It's the rave girl.
Wait, what am I? What did you
You're
call
the
me?
rave girl. We already.
Wait, are you guys friends? This way, 2 seconds. Oh, so enemies. Fatal enemies. Okay, guys,
You have to hop.
one thing though, if we go to Ultra, you guys have to get the glow sticks, we'll get the weed.
Can I sit up here?
No, it's the Brazilian Ultra, you know, yeah.
Well, fuck, man. It must be nice.
No, it's like a franchise. They started it.
That's so weird out.
Are you taking us to a dark alley? No, we're good. Wait, what's your name?
These nights just become these giant adventures, and they're almost a microcosm for what life should be like, where you're embracing novelty and you're putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, and you're trying to, you know, lead, and you're trying to make decisions, and you're trying to be creative, and you're not quite sure where the night will take you, but you have this penchant for the adventure. You have this sense of curiosity. You know, you're bold, you're daring, you're brazen. Look, these girls want an extension of the fun, but they want to make sure that they're safe. They want to make sure that they're not going to be judged. They want to make sure that tomorrow they're not going to regret it, that they get their friends home safely, right? That they're responsible, that they're not acting out of character. Ultimately, people want to be sold, especially when it's something that they've flirted with the idea of. And what are we selling here to these girls? We're selling them something that they ultimately obviously want. Fun, good vibes, potentially sex, a connection, an adventure. Who, all else equal, who does not want that? So you want to seed the pull. You want to plant the idea in the girl's mind that you and her could maybe have fun afterwards together, could do something together. Do you smoke hookah? You know, she'd be like, yeah, I got this new electronic hookah that I've been using. You know, we should smoke sometime, maybe later tonight. And she'd be like, yeah, maybe, we'll see, right? So that afterwards you can come back to that and say, hey, do you want to go smoke some hookah? Right? She's already subconsciously processed or internalized the idea that that could be a possibility.
Are you hitting up the Avalon?
I am.
We were going to, but I don't know, I'm not that inspired.
You are out.
I was flirting
Is there a
with.
better
I
option?
better tell him more.
We were just gonna like have a little, you know,
Okay, go.
kickback, smoke some weed/electronic hookah. Have you ever had electronic hookah from the future?
You're a cheater.
Have you?
Fuck, okay.
You know what?
It's pretty
You know
amazing.
what?
I recently discovered it.
And you don't always have to pull. You may not want to stay up till like 5, 6 a.m. because that's what that can entail. Some of these late nights, as a result, your next day could be a write-off. So perhaps that's not something that you want to partake in tonight. You may just want to get her phone number and smoke hookah another time. You know, make some smoothies another time. Fuck with the DJ equipment another time, right? So it's just a general idea that you're planting to strengthen the connection between the two of you, but also open the possibility that this is something that you guys can do later tonight. Now, another thing that you want to ask for is her logistics, right? What variables is she bound by? Like, how did she get there? Where does she live? Who is she here with? Where does she have to be tomorrow morning? Does she have to get up early?
Were you on your way home or just getting in line?
I could never wear something.
Okay. What did you say your name was?
I didn't say my name.
What is your name? Where are you guys coming back from?
We were at Edward and then we went and got food and now we're going back.
At Dog and Bear?
No, the
she's the leader, you're just the follower. Just blindly.
Not her,
Drifting.
not her friend, but yeah, just blindly drifting.
And you guys abandoned.
What?
And you guys abandoned and went to get poutine.
Yeah, we did.
So if she's designated driver and she has a couple of friends that are visiting from Detroit, well, it's unlikely that she's just going to ditch them to go home with you. Now, that doesn't mean that she won't be able to bring them along and go party together with you. Now, in some cases, she may be even able to drop them off and go home with you afterwards, right? You can learn to probe and, get to the bottom of what is she truly, what variables is she truly bound by, but you do it in stages and you do it over time. You also want to commit to an interaction towards the end of the night. So if the club or the bar is closing at 2:30, well then around 1:30, you want to start getting out of the habit of jumping from interaction to interaction, especially if there's any form of resistance or getting carried away with this new shiny object syndrome where you're like, oh shit, this one looks more promising, or this one looks hotter, or this one looks like she has better logistics. You want to stick it out. You want to commit to it so that you learn to go through the motions, push things, get creative, learn how to be a closer, and not just look for some easy way out, for something more convenient. So just stick through it, see what happens. You'll learn a lot about the process.
Don't kill me.
Hey, how old are you? How old are you? 24?
27.
Oh, okay.
You?
28.
28.
Yeah, there's like a whole gap between us. All right, we're gonna make this work. You're so young and naive.
Oh my god, don't make me laugh.
All right. This is a very serious conversation, Miss Flintstone.
What's it?
How does it feel to have escaped the Stone Age?
Can I say
Have
something?
you met my friend from the Stone Age?
What's the date with Putin?
$43 for the Uber? Where are you going, New York?
I know, right? But you know what I like? I like to see that I have a car.
And once you've made the commitment, your job is now to somehow make it happen, to somehow make an adventure of this. And it won't always result in sex, right? There can be a lot of variables that are out of your control, but to at least push the limits of what you think is possible and again, create an adventure out of this. And of course, it's not always possible to take the girl home and have sex with her, have fun with her that night. Sometimes you may need to just grab her phone number or social media and follow up with her another time. In fact, if guys don't have the best logistics, if you don't live too close to the center, let's say where the bars are, you live maybe in the suburbs, it's not always going to be possible to take the girl home. That was the case with me when I lived in the suburbs and I would go downtown. I wouldn't be able to, it was like a 40-minute drive back to where I lived, with my parents. That wasn't necessarily so much the issue because I would follow up with girls and I would take them back to my parents' place. They were pretty chill about it. But just logistically, it's such a big mission to take them home at the end of a night. So I would get into the habit of just getting numbers. And a lot of guys really discount the importance of getting leads at night or how valuable it can be and how they could actually go somewhere. Especially if you build a good sense of rapport with the girl, really strengthen the connection. They think, well, it's either pulling or nothing, because pulling is this glorified thing. The idea that it can happen tonight, yeah, it's exciting, but it's just overly glorified and it's just one aspect of game. Remember, your job is to develop yourself and adopt these new mindsets and habits and learn these different skills and processes. And pulling is just one aspect of it. There are other elements of game that you need to internalize and learn, and following up with people, building that comfort beforehand is also a very important aspect. So to summarize, here are some things you want to keep in mind. First of all, seed the pull. So plant an idea in the girl's mind that you and her are going to have an extension of the fun at the end of a night, or if not then perhaps on another night. Also, screen for her logistics. Find out what variables she is bound by. 3, commit to an interaction at the end of a night or towards the end of a night and ride it out. See where it goes. Don't get distracted by other seemingly more attractive options. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and if you want to get your hands on the solution to all of your romantic chemistry woes, click the link in the description below, find the big yellow button, and get instant access to all 36 video lessons, 20 hours of content covering anything and everything you need to become successful at building and maintaining chemistry with the women of your dreams, including 5 hours of real life infield footage examples to really drive the concepts home. Again, enrollment will only be open for the next 3 days until Tuesday at midnight, and if we ever do reopen in the future, it will be at the full price of $9.97 instead of $4.97. So, what are you waiting for, Casanova? Go now, and I'll see you on the other side.